Hey there, fellow internet explorers. Welcome back to the channel, where we dive into fascinating stories that leave us scratching our heads. Picture this, a small town in Indiana, a seemingly ordinary family, and adoption that takes an unexpected turn. Enter Natalia Grace, a Ukrainian orphan with a perplexing mystery surrounding her age and identity. Our story begins when Christine and Michael Barnett, an American couple, adopt Natalia. They are both from Indiana and have 3 biological children. Michael is a physicist and Christine is a writer. Michael and Christine Barnett had been happily married for 15 years before encountering Natalia. Natalia Grace was born in the Ukraine in 2003. She was adopted by an American family when she was just 6 years old and moved to the United States. Natalia's adoptive parents soon realized that Natalia had a rare form of dwarfism that required special care and attention. Spondylopiphyseal dysplasia is an inherited bone growth disorder that results in dwarfism, skeletal abnormalities, and problems with vision and hearing. Natalia's birth mother is named Anna Garver. Not much is known about Anna's personal life before Natalia's birth. Anna led a private life after Natalia was adopted. Anna reiterated Natalia's 2003 birth date and described her birth as difficult. She also added that a surgery to help Natalia would have cost $100,000, which she could not afford. They thought they were bringing home a sweet little girl who desperately needed a family, but as the months passed, peculiarities began to arise. The Barnetts quickly noticed Natalia was exhibiting behaviors beyond her age, things that just didn't add up.
Hey guys, it's Grace, and this is my Halloween costume. I am a vampire. I'm not gonna do the teeth though, because those make this mess up. So I'm not gonna do that, but I am gonna touch up my lips a bit. My skin is white pale, but I got a little gray going on here, and my eyes got a little. I gotta say, this is my best one. My favorite out of this right now is my lips. I've got to say it's my lips. Sorry about that.
From speaking with clarity and sophistication to displaying a remarkable knowledge of adult topics, Natalia seemed older than her supposed age. The Barnetts took Natalia to specialists who conducted medical tests to determine her age, but the results were inconsistent. Some estimated her age as 6, others 14. The conflicting information left the Barnetts baffled and questioning Natalia's true age. Furthermore, strange incidents added to the suspicion.
Suspicion likes fangs.
Allegedly, Natalia once smeared blood on the walls and made death threats, leading the Barnetts to fear for their safety. Michael had previously spoken about finding knives in the house, which he believed Natalia planned on using against him and his wife. Speaking on This Morning, Michael stated, "She would put thumbstacks face up on our stairs, so when we'd walk up and down the stairs, we'd be stepping on thumbtacks. Certain things would start to become missing in the home. We'd find knives under her bed. There was a moment when I woke up in the middle of the night, and Natalia was standing over my bed with a knife in her hand. A very blank look on her face, and she's just standing there with a knife." Michael also alleges that Natalia poured cleaning product into Christine's coffee and told her, point blank, she was trying to poison her. Just when you thought things couldn't get any stranger, Brace yourselves for a shocking twist. The Barnetts made the decision to legally change Natalia's age to 22, making her officially an adult. They even secured an apartment for her and helped her arrange her adult life. But was this the right move? The Barnetts claim in court documents that after they changed Natalia's birth year, they got her an apartment in Hamilton County and got her federal disability benefits and social services. When Natalia's lease ended in July 2013, the Barnetts moved her to a Lafayette apartment. The Barnetts claim in court documents that they paid Natalia's rent for a year. The day she moved to Lafayette was the last time Natalia saw Christine Barnett, and she saw Michael Barnett one additional time, according to court records. Natalia was 9 years old when she moved into her Lafayette apartment, based on her Ukrainian birth records. Legally, though, she was 23, based on a court-ordered age change. After setting up Natalia in a Lafayette apartment, the Barnetts and their 2 sons moved to Canada, where Jacob began his college classes. A few of Natalia's previous neighbors spoke about conversations they had with Natalia. Melanie Miles, a former neighbor of Natalia in Lafayette, seemed to confirm some of Michael's stories after revealing Natalia had told her, "I stood over them with a knife, so they took all the knives away. And then I tried to poison them, so I had to live in the garage for a while." Sue McCallum, another Lafayette resident, said Natalia had a "so what" attitude when discussing her alleged attempts on her adopted family's lives. "Oh gee, I pulled a knife on my parents. Big deal." That's the attitude you got from her. The former Lafayette residents all shared similar accounts of Natalia's bizarre perspective on her alleged disturbing behavior, which left them questioning how to process the unsettling revelations. Fast forward a few years, and Natalia's story takes an even more astonishing turn. During an interview on a talk show, Natalia claims she is in fact a child. She insists the Barnetts abandoned her when they realized they couldn't handle her unique needs. During Michael's trial in October 2022, Natalia testified that she met a kind neighbor in Lafayette, who then introduced her to Cynthia Mans. Cynthia and her husband Antoine took Natalia in. They maintained that she was a minor when they took her in. They also claimed that she never exhibited any violent behavior toward their family, and that she was loving toward her adoptive siblings. Cynthia and Antoine Mans submitted an application in 2016 to become Natalia's legal guardians. However, they were required to provide evidence proving her status as a minor. A hearing was held to establish whether Natalia was a legal adult, with medical reports being presented as supporting evidence. In the end, the judge ruled that Natalia was indeed an adult, leading Cynthia and Antoine to withdraw their request for guardianship. Jacob Barnett, the eldest child of Michael and Christine, recently spoke in an interview. In one disturbing scene that clearly made him uncomfortable to talk about, Jacob claimed that Christine ordered him to go into his sister's room and urinate on her bed. One of Natalia's problematic behaviors is she would frequently soil and urinate in places she shouldn't. It was happening frequently. What my mother was trying to do to address this situation wasn't working. The vivid part is basically the action. I remember feeling anger while I was doing it, like, this will show her. At this point, a clearly uncomfortable Jacob said that the guilt from him doing this keeps him up at night. I kind of feel like a Nazi following orders in a way, so there's definitely guilt. He also said that he doesn't think Natalia was treated fairly. In the unlikely scenario that Natalia listens to this or doesn't turn it off, I hope she understands I'm apologetic. I've had a lot of time to really think about stuff and grow up. In the last 2 hours of a recently released Netflix docuseries, Michael expressed distress that he had not been able to withstand his ex-wife. He also showed optimism that she might receive a prison sentence prior to her charges being dropped. Michael then also claims his wife forced her adoptive daughter to stand at the wall for hours until she soiled herself, and admits they made Natalia sleep outside on the deck as punishment. For much of the series, Natalia's character and circumstances were portrayed with ambiguity and potential danger. In the end, however, the focus shifted to consider her as another casualty of Christine's alleged abuse. While an investigation did lead to both Michael and Christine being charged with neglecting a dependent, their charges were dropped in late 2022 and early 2023 respectively. Christine, who does not appear in the docuseries which accuses her of abusing Natalia, asserts she is the only one to have seen Natalia's real character, a disabled adult capable of leading an independent life. Christine then took to Facebook to defend her treatment of Natalia. In her Facebook post, Christine goes on to insist that Natalia was an adult and she wanted to treat her as such. She also comments on the Mans family, Antoine Mans and Cynthia Mans. Natalia recently spoke in an interview stating, "It's very frustrating to hear everything that's being said from Christine and Michael because I already don't know who I am, and I want to know who I am. What happened to me?" As the legal battle surrounding Natalia continues, experts and psychologists are working tirelessly to uncover the truth behind this confusing and captivating case. Until then, we can't help but be drawn in by the enigma that is Natalia Grace. With so many conflicting narratives, knowing what to believe is hard. The case of Natalia Grace truly leaves us with more questions than answers. Do you think Natalia is a tragic victim of circumstance or a master manipulator? Drop your theories in the comments below.